Hello everyone, my name is Subhendu Swain, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering of IM Group of Institutions. In this series of video lectures, we'll go through the PN junction diode. So, before going through the PN junction diode, let us discuss about some previous parts, that is semiconductor. What are the semiconductors? Semiconductors are those substances whose electrical conductivity lies between that of conductor and insulator. That means this electrical conductivity is lower than conductors and higher than insulators. Examples of semiconductors are silicons and germanium. These two semiconducting materials are most commonly used. Semiconductors are two types. One is intrinsic semiconductor, another one is extrinsic semiconductor. As you see, the one is intrinsic semiconductor, another one is extrinsic semiconductor. What do we mean by intrinsic semiconductors? A semiconductor in its extremely pure form is known as intrinsic semiconductor. That means there will be no impurities added to the semiconductor. There is no impurity, only extremely pure form. So let us consider a extremely pure form of silicon crystal. The structure of the silicon crystal is shown in the figure. That is, as you all know that silicon, the atomic number of the silicon is 14. So it is a tetravalent atom. That means the outermost orbit of the silicon contain 4 electrons. So each silicon atom forms covalent bonds with its surrounding 4 silicon atom. As you see in this case, in this diagram, here is the silicon, here is the 4 its outermost 4 electrons which forms covalent bond with its surrounding 4 silicon atoms. So this is the structure of the silicon. Similarly, germanium has also similar structures. Then we go to the extrinsic semiconductors. When small amount of impurity like pentavalent or trivalent is added to the pure semiconductor, then this type of semiconductor is called extrinsic semiconductors. Means when small amount of impurity, just like pentavalent or trivalent, is added to pure semiconductor, then this intrinsic semiconductor converted to extrinsic semiconductors. Then extrinsic semiconductors are also two types, that is p type semiconductors and n type semiconductors. Then what is p type semiconductor? When small amount of trivalent impurity like gallium and indium is added to the pure semiconductor, then this type of semiconductor is known as p type semiconductor. Means when we added gallium indium to the intrinsic semiconductors, that is known as p type semiconductor. The process of adding impurity is known as doping. You must remember that the process of adding impurities to the intrinsic semiconductor is known as doping. Then we will see what happened when you added one gallium atom to a silicon. When you added gallium to silicon, as you know that gallium is trivalent, means it has 3 valence electron. As you see here, gallium has outermost orbit has 3 valence electron. It feeds into the silicon crystals by forming 3 covalent bond with its surrounding 3 silicon atoms. The fourth valence electrons, in case of fourth covalent bond, the silicon atom contribute 1 electron, but there is absence of electron in gallium atom. This absence of electron is known as hole. So if we add one gallium atom, in case of if you add one gallium atom, there will be one hole is generated. So when you add extremely small amount of impurity, there are millions of holes are generated in case of p-type semiconductors. So in p-type semiconductors, majority charge carriers are holes. As you see in this diagram, this is the majority and minority charge carriers of the p-type semiconductors. As you see in p-type semiconductors, there is majority charge carriers are holes. These are all acceptor ions, and minority charge carriers are electrons. In p-type semiconductors, our minority charge carriers are electrons. Where these minority charge carriers comes? These minority charge carriers are thermally generated charge carriers. That means when at room temperature, some of the covalent bond breaks, and these covalent bond uh, will give rise to electron and hole pair. As you see this, these trivalent impurity atoms are called acceptor ions because there is absence of electron. It always try to accept an electrons. So these are known as acceptor ions. These trivalent impurity atoms like gallium and indiums. Next we go to the n-type semiconductors. When a small amount of pentavalent impurity like arsenic and antimony is added to the pure semiconductor, then this type of semiconductor is known as n-type semiconductor. So what happens? Now we see what happens if you add an arsenic atom to the silicon crystal. You will see, as you all know, that arsenic has 5 valence electrons. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here 5 valence electrons. It will feed to the silicon crystal by forming 4 covalent bonds. As you see here, it is 1, 2, 3 and 4 covalent bond with its surrounding silicon atom, and the remaining electron of the arsenic, there will be no covalent bond, so it become free electron for arsenic. So in this case, one free electron is generated. One arsenic atom produces one free electron. Similarly, when a small amount of arsenic atom is added, millions of free electrons are generated. So in case of n-type semiconductors, majority charge carriers are free electrons. As you see in this diagram, this is the charge carriers, the majority charge carriers. In the majority charge carriers are, as you see, the free electrons, and these are donor ions. Why these are called donor ions? Becomes arsenic atoms, because the pentavalent impurities atoms like arsenic, antimony, these are always try to give one free electrons or donate one free electrons. That's why these are known as donor ions. These are and in similarly, there will also thermally generated minority carriers holes in n-type semiconductor. So in n-type semiconductors, majority charge carriers are free electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. So as you all know, that hole means that is absence of electrons. This concept is used in our main topic, that is p-n junction diode. Now we'll go to the topic p-n junction diode. First of all, what is diode? First of all, what is diode? Diode is an electronic component made of semiconductor material that allows conduction of current in only one direction. So that device is called diode. The basic backbone of the diode is a p-n junction diode. That is, diode in its fundamental form is a p-n junction device through which current flows when proper forward potential is applied. That means that it does not mean that we bring a p-type semiconductor and we bring a n-type semiconductors and mechanically contact the p type and same type, n type semiconductors, and we will get the will get the diode. That does not happens. There will be some techniques that will be applied for constructing the semiconductors diode, that is the alloying diffusions and ion implantations. So in its in its basic form, it is actually single crystals of silicon or germanium wafer in silicon or germanium wafer or crystal, in which one region is doped with acceptor ions, that is trivalent impurity ions, to form p region. As you see, one region is doped with acceptor impurity atoms to form p regions. These are negatively charged acceptor ions, and adjacent to the p regions, positively charged donor ions are diffused to form n region. So now the interface separating the p region and n region is known as metallurgical junction. This region is known as metallurgical junction. These two contacts are known as metal contacts. As you see in p type semiconductors, these are acceptor ions and majority charge carrier holes, and minority charge carrier electrons are there. And in n type semiconductors, there will be majority charge carriers are electrons, donor ions, and minority charge carriers are holes. The interface separating the p type and n type is known as metallurgical junction. This is the symbol. This is the symbol of the p-n junction diode. This is the symbol. As you saw, this side is known as p side and this side is known as n side. Now we will go to the working of the diode. The operation of the diode involves on bias condition, forward bias condition, and reverse bias conditions. Now in the next section, we will see the working of the diode. Thank you very much. Thank you for